Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about loop control statement. What are loop control statement? This topic we are going to cover in this video. So the you can say that simply loop control is of three types. First one is break, second is continue, and third is past. Okay. So in this video we are going to discuss about this all three type of loop control statement. I discussed the looping statement like while loop and for loop in my previous video. Okay, if you don't know what is for loop, while loop, so go to that video and first understand the concept of while loop, for loop. After that, come to this video to understand what is loop control statement. Okay, so let's start with our video. What we are going to cover today. Today we are going to cover at the very first. You can say that we are going to cover loop control concept, means what is break, what is continue, what is pass, and how we are going to write this all thing, what are the syntax of writing break, continue, and pass, how its behavior work, how it will you can do any operation, any performance using this all three type of looping control statement. And after that we are going with some real example to understand it in more detailed way. Okay, then our next task for today is to 9 hands-on practice I attached in this video. So it gives you hands-on practice and develop your logic building, so you can solve any type of question, any type of problem in your exam or in your competition exam also. Okay, after that we are going with our key topic, means that key takeaway, a summary type of thing where we are going to revise in a one shot. It's of 2 to 3 minutes only, and we are going to cover all the thing that we are going to discuss today. Okay, so let's start our break statement first. So what are the break statement? Okay, so how break statement was, the syntax of break statement, the syntax of break statement is nothing, it's like we are going to write simple break. That's all the syntax of uh, you can say that break statement. Okay, nothing else you are going to write, but to make sure that the indentation. Okay, because the indentation was decide here where you are going to apply break. Okay, so make sure that in the indentation spaces. Okay, so how this break will be performed, what this break will do. So if you take an example like if you done with any type of function, if you want to print odd number. Okay, if you done the uh, code, our code for printing odd number, and you want to leave the loop, so at that time we are going to use break, because break will be suddenly when the break will be executed, our code will be auto suddenly stopped at the time. Okay, it will be not take too much time. At the time break will be executed, it will be leave the loop immediately. Okay, so these all are the theory of a break, how break will do, how we are going to search using break statement. Okay, so let's see a very small type of example, so you can understand it more clear. Okay, so here you can see that we are going with a number equal to 39. Okay, we are going to take a variable number and store the value 39 inside the number. After that what we are going to do, we are going to write I equal to 1. Why I equal to 1? Because we are going to initiate it. You can simply say that initiate value was given to the variable I. Okay, and what was the initial value? Initial value was 1. Okay, it means that our loop will run with starting of 1 and goes till 39, because last number was 39. And here we are going to use while loop. Also we can use for loop here, because break will be applicable for both while loop and for loop. It's not like that it will only working on while and only working on for. It will be applicable for both for loop and while loop. Okay, so let's see how we are going to print the thing, after how we are going to apply break, is our break will be applied or not. Let's see this type of thing. Okay, so here we are going with a while loop. While I is less than equal to num means that when our number which was I is less than equal to num, our while loop will be work. Okay, after that it will be automatically break. But you want that if condition was there, if I percentage 5 means if I is divisible by 5, I percentage 5 equal to 0 means the number is divisible 5 by 5. What we are going to do, we are going to do with a break. Okay, means that when we this condition become true, our loop will be ended at that time. Okay, no more operation, no more number will be taken after that condition become true. Okay, because break was, this break condition was there, so not print will be printed, no increment will be, updation will be done, any type of thing not there goes to perform. Okay, so let's open our VS Code and understand this code in more clarity, how we are going to print the things and how this will gives you output. So now I am going to start my Visual Studio Code. After that I am going to write this code same as written in the PPT, so it will gives you clarity how the program will be worked. Here I am going to create another file which is named as control statement. Okay, let it simple control.py. Py is the extension. Control statement dot py. Done. So we have created our file. After that we are going to write the code for those things. So let a variable num first, num equal to integer type input, and a number, sorry, it's a num, not, okay. So num equal to integer input, enter your number. After that what we are going to do, we are going to print the thing. So let's see how the thing will be printed. We are going with a while loop. Okay, and the condition was I modulus 5 equal to 0. Okay, so while I is while I is less than equal to n num, what we are going to do, we are going to print our I. Okay, and okay, sorry, let's initiate I equal to 1. After that we are going to write the thing. What was our thing, our condition? If number is means I is, I will be updated every time. If I percentage 5 means I is divisible by 5 equal to 0 means it was divisible, because you know that percentage was the modulus operator. After that what we are going to do, we are going to simply break the loop. Okay, we are going to break the loop, and after printing the I, if this condition will be not run, if this if will be no, if block will be not printed, then what we are going to do, we are going to simply print I. After that update the value of I as 1 at each time. Okay, let's run the code and see how it will be work. Here you can see that sorry, mm, it's asking for number. Number should be 9. Okay, so when I am printed the number, it will be starting with 1 and go till 4. Why till 4? Because I'm giving number 9, so I want till 9, but it will be breaked at a fourth number. Okay, why fifth number will not printed? Because here you can see that our condition becomes 0. Okay, means that it will be true, so that's why break will be applied here, and after that break will be applied, our while loop will be ended at that time. If I let's say comment out this thing and run my code again, so you can see that 1 to 9 my code will be printed. Okay, our output will be uh, uh, given as expected. And here you can see that when I am executed, the break statement is executed, it will be printed till the number which was divisible by 5. Okay, not till, before the number after printed 5 which was not included, which will be printed here. So you can simply see that 1 to 4 will be printed for number not, because this statement is after this if line. If this print statement will be before this line, so it will be printed 5 all 5, and after that it will be breaked. So let's see, it was, let's check number x 9. Okay, so you can see that 5 was there. Why 5 was there here, 5 was not here? Because here you can see that I am writing print before the if statement. Okay, if I write after the if statement, so here break will be applied, and after that if anything was there, it will be not work. Okay, because loop was ended here. And here you can see that it will be printed after printing the 5, our loop will be ended. Okay, so this type of thing you have to understand. For now, let's move to the another thing, another example, where so understand you better understanding. Same question was there, but a condition was set here. Same condition was also there, but what will be the thing here? Here it's given with a problem statement. Okay, so you can understand the problem statement, how we are going with a problem statement. Okay, how to deal with problem statement. So here the problem statement was, you can see that we are going to identify a room number divisible by 5. Okay, let's say that a hotel was there, and we are going to break after we have a 10 room. Okay, which each is starting with 1 2 3 4 5 till 10. Okay, and we want to make sure that only we are going with the number which was not divisible by 5. If number is divisible by 5, after that we are going to break all the room, we are going to lock all the room. Okay, so we are going with divisible by 5. So with the range n to m, the range will be input integer input from user. After that we are going with such a room is found. If the room will be found, we are going to stop searching. Okay, means that we are going to break the loop. If room will be finded, and where we are going to lock the room, so we are going with stop searching. Okay, so how we are going with the stop searching? With the break statement. So the same loop, same thing, same question will be there, but it's in a problem. Okay, and here no problem was there, only a understanding code was there. But here a small type of problem statement was there. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going with to take the number first, two number we are going to take input integer from user. Okay, so here you can see that we are going with n and m. Okay, and after that, so, and after that we are going with m. Okay, we are going to take input for start, and after that we are going to take input for stop. And what we are going to do, we are going to apply, let's apply for loop here. Okay, let's see what will be applied here. Okay, here also for loop will be applied. So let's apply for loop, because you can see that how we are going with while loop. Okay, how break will be working while loop. Let's see how it will be working for loop. So we are going with for I in range, and the range is from where to where, from n to m. Okay, we are going with n to m, where m will be not included. Why m will be not included? Because you know that stop will be work with the function or functionality of n minus 1. Okay, that's why m will be not there. And now what we are going to print, we are going to print the number. Our number is I. Okay, so let's run this code first, and after that we are going to apply the condition of if. Okay, so I am writing, enter my starting number was, let's say, 1. Okay, and was 9. Okay, so you can see that 1 to 8 will be printed, 9 will be not printed. Okay, if you want to print the 9 also, then we have to write m plus 1 here. Okay, or now we are going with our if statement. What was our if statement? If was like, if I percentage 2 equal to 0, means I percentage 5, means the room number was divisible by 5. So what we are going to do, we are going to break the loop. After that we are going to break the loop. And so if we are going to break the loop, and so our print will be not performed, not take place. So it's starting as 1, ending as 9. So 1 to 4 will be only printed here. Here we are not going with I plus equal to 1. Why? Because in for loop you know that it will be updated automatically. We do not have to update it with given like I plus equal to 1. Okay, so these all are the simple things. So I think you understand it better. Here same thing will be written, like n was integer input n, and after that m input from user input, and we are going with for I in range n to m. What we are going to print, we are simply printing if I percentage 5 is not equal to 0, we are going to break the loop. If the loop will be not breaked, means if this condition was, until unless this condition was false, this print will be printed the thing. Okay, so number was anything, at the number 5 it will be break the loop, because this condition, this if condition will be true here. So that's why break will be applied at that time. Okay, so let it be 7. Okay, let the number should be 7. If a number is divisible 7, after that we are going to break the loop. So if I am writing starting as 1 and ending as 9, so it will be printed till 6, because at the number 7 it will be divisible by 7. So we are going to break the loop. After that we are not going to print anything. Okay, I think you understand the work of the uses of break, how break work, and how we are going with the break statement. Okay, so let's move to our next subtopic, which was the continue statement. Now we are going to understand the continue statement, why we are going to use continue statement. Okay, our first question is like that. So we use for continue statement to skip some iteration. Okay, to jump, you can simply see that here, skip the rest of the current iteration and jump straight to the next one. Means that at that time where continue will be there, it will be skip that number, and after that we are going to print the another number. Okay, that number, that thing will be skipped. Okay, the loop keep running, continue does not exit, unlike break. Okay, in a break, what break will do, break will be exit the loop. After break will be executed, nothing will be printed in nothing will be printed of the loop. Loop will be not run after the break will be executed. Okay, but it's not like in continue. In continue it's like if break will be executed, so only that thing will be skipped. After that everything will be running as it is. That's why we are going to use continue. Okay, so common use of both for and while loop to filter out unwanted value. Okay, so it will work on both for loop and while loop, and it will be used to filter out, means that skipped the value that you don't want. Okay, and so let's see the example of it and uh, see the flow of how control will be work. Okay, a very simple example was there. You can see that for num in range 1 to 10 was there, means that our range will goes from starting from 1. After that it will be ended at number 9 because n minus 1 was there. Okay, and here we are going with if statement. Why if was there? Because we are going to set the number like number percentage to equal to 0. What it's mean? It's mean that if number was even, we are going to continue, means that we are going to skip all even number and we are going to print only odd number. In the sample you can see that 1 3 5 7 9 will be printed, and this all the number will this all the number are odd number. uh, Not any single uh, even number will be printed here, only odd number was there. Okay, so let's write the code for this question. How we are going to write this code? Although the code was written, but we have to make practice, hands-on practice, so it's better for you. So let's run a for loop for I in range, and range is from where to where? The range is from 1 to let's take 11 because we want the number till 10, not 9. Okay, although it will be printed till 9, and 10 will be not printed at all because 10 was the even number and it will be skipped. How we are going to escape? We are going to escape using this function. Which function? Not a function, you can say that a statement, a looping statement, you can say that. So control statement or anything. So we are going with continue. Okay, so let's write code for that one. For I in range 1 to 11, we are going to print. We are going to print I. Okay, but a condition was there, and the condition was like if I percentage 2. Okay, I percentage 2 equal to 0, means that number is even. Okay, this is a you can see that this is the condition of what thing? This is a condition of even number. Okay, so what we are going to print here? Here we are going to print uh, odd number after that all. Okay, so we are going with the continue. So you can see that I am entering continue here. If condition will be even number, it will be continue, mean the even number will be skipped and all the number will be printed which was odd number. Okay, let's run the code and see the output. You can see that 1 3 5 7 9 will be printed. Okay, so it's mean that it's so simply mean that the number will be starting with the value 1. Let's go till 10, but 10 was even, that's why 10 was not printed. Let's take 12 here. Okay, so it will be go till 11, and 11 was there, 10 was also not there because we are going to print only and only odd number, because even was skipped because of this continue statement. Okay, so I think that you understand how continue will be work, how the flow of continue will be work. Okay, let's see again here. For I in range 1 to 10, we are going with the if statement, which was num percentage 2 equal to 0. If this condition was true, we are going to continue. Okay, means we are going to skip that number, and after that the loop will be continue. Means it doesn't mean that if continue will be executed, after that loop will be ended. No, it's not like a break. And after that we are going to print the number. Okay, so same thing we are going, same thing we are done here. So our output is like that. Now let's see another example of we are going to skip the negative number in this thing. Okay, so how we are going to skip the number? To skip something, you know that we are going to use continue. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to print only the non-negative number, means we are going to print the positive number. Okay, from the range was given, and skip anything below 0 with count. Okay, means that we are going to skip everything, each and every number. If it was below 10, means it was negative number. Okay, so let's write the code for this one. So for I in range, and range is from where to where. For I in range, let's take it as a same thing which was given here, which was minus 5 to 20. Okay, minus 5 to 20. And what we are going to do, we are going to skip all negative number. If our number which was I is less than 0, if the number is less than 0, you know that it will be negative number. If greater than 0, it will be positive number. Okay, the simple thing was that. So what we are going to do, we are going to continue our if statement, means that skip that number. After that we are going to print I. So I was our number, so number will be printed. Let's run the code. So you can see that the code will be printed the number of only positive number was there, which was 0 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, although I am passing here minus 5, so it was like expected like minus 1 minus 4 minus 3 minus 2 minus 1, after that 0 1 2 3. But this 5 thing will be not printed from minus 1 minus 1 sorry, not minus 1, from minus 5 to minus 1, it will be not printed, because it will be came in this condition. So that's why this value will be skipped. And after that everything was greater than 0 and equal to 0. So that's why after that everything will be printed here till 19, because it will go from n minus 1. Okay, so if you want the thing till 20, so you have to write 21 here. So you are getting 20 here with starting with 0. Okay, so this is all the thing about skip statement, or you can say that continue statement. Let's move to the next part, which was our pass statement. How we are going to pass statement, how we are going to write pass statement. Let's discuss the pass statement. Okay, so you can simply say that like a past statement is nothing, it's just a placeholder that does nothing when executed. Okay, means that no skip was there, no break was there, nothing, anything was be performed using past statement. Past means simple, do nothing. If number is odd, we we are not going to do anything. Okay, and if number was anything like any number, so we are going to print the number. Okay, so the pass statement will do nothing. It was a like a blank thing. uh, if you want that any condition was there, okay, let's say example to understand this pass. If you want to print something that you want, and if you want the thing that you actually needed, okay, then what we are going to do, we are going to pass using pass, okay, means that if this thing will be there, it will be mm, do nothing, means also you can say that it will like missing code or like anything, okay. So if you want to, if you write if statement here like number is odd, okay, let's say example, okay, so you are going to understand this thing. If number is odd, then we are going with pass. Why pass was there? Means that you are not going to do anything, you are not want to do anything if number is odd, okay. Else if number is even, we are going to print even number, okay. So simple thing was this, it will be do nothing, simply you can remember this thing. So now let's talk about its syntax. So syntax was the simple like uh, break and continue. Uh, the syntax of pass was same like only pass was there. Only make sure that indentation space. Okay. So let's write a code to understand this pass statement. So let's print. We want to print only even number. We are going to skip all the odd number. So here we are also going to use continue, but we are going with parse because if the number was odd, we want to do nothing. Okay. So that's why parse was we are going to use parse here. So let's comment out this code first. So that's why it's not give you any type of error. And after that, what we are going to do, we are going to write our code for I in range. Range is from, let's take it from 1 to 10, okay, 1 to 10. So what we are going to do, we are going to print the number I, and we want to skip all odd numbers, so that's why we are writing if I percentage 2 is not equal to 0, means that number is odd. So what we are going to do, we are going to pass, okay. Past means same as you do not want to do anything in this topic, you don't want to discuss about this thing, okay. So same thing was like past. So let's run the code and see the output. So you can see that, sorry, so you can see that till 1 to 9 will be printed. Why everything will be printed? Because past will be do nothing, okay. It's a you can also say that it's a reserve word, reserve the space, so you can write the code further, okay. As per, means that if you write this code, we are going with pass statement, okay. And after some time you want to like if number is odd, so we are going to print odd here, or you want to continue here, okay. So let's run the code and see our only even number will be printed here. So that's why also you can say that pass will be as a reserved word. Reserve that area, not word, okay. Reserve the word. So you can see that it will do nothing, any type of performance will be not done here, okay. So this all thing about pass statement. So let's start our practice problem, okay. So our very first question is we are going with printing the number pattern. Firstly, we are going to print the pattern of a number. Any pattern was given, and we are going to print those pattern. Okay. So here you can see that we are going to write a program that print number in the right triangle. Okay. We are going to with which type of pattern? Right angle. Okay, here this is mentioned. Okay, so we are going to print right angle triangle. After that, with we are going with n rows, means number was row was, we are going to take input from user. Okay, row I contain the number 1 through I. Okay, means that I will be increases every time I is a iteration, we can say that. So how we are going to, you can see that here a sample was there. Okay, so you can see that our input pattern was like integer n number of row we are going to give it. Okay, after that the output pattern was like this. Okay, so output pattern is like this. Here you can see that this pattern will you can say that it's a right angle triangle. Okay, you can see that it's a right angle triangle because here the angle is 90 degree. So how it will be printed? It will be printed at here it was mentioned that row I contains the number I 1 to 1 through I. Okay, so at the very first time we are going to print 1. After that 1 2 was there, and again 1 2 3, 1 2 3 4. After that 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, it's moving like that. So how we are going to write this thing? So any type of pattern if you want to print, you have to use a for loop, and also you can write it from while loop, but it's a for loop. Using for loop it's become uh, a little bit you can say that simplest, because nested for loop was there. Okay, so we are going with the nested loop to printing this all type of patterns. So let's write code for this to print the pattern of a right angle triangle. After that we are going to understand how we are going to write this, so how this code will be written. Okay, so let's open our VS code and comment out this old code. After that we are going with our question. So here I am putting question number 1. Okay, and let's comment it out so it will not give you any type of error. So let's start our code. We are going to take input from user which is named as variable n. Okay, so that's why n was there. N equal to input integer, first integer input, and we are going with n. Okay, so user will see this n. So now we are going with our for loop, because we are going to print uh, pattern. Okay, so for I in range, and the range is from where to where? Range will be starting from 1, because that's very first time we are going to print 1, and after that what we are going to print? After that we are going to print till n minus 1, n plus 1, because we have to print till end n. Okay, so that's why n plus 1 here. Now I am writing nested for loop. So again I am writing for here, for I in, no, let's take for j. Okay, for j in range. Why j in range? Because it's a nested for loop. It's a pattern of nested for loop. How we are going to print nested for loop? Okay, so from where to where our range will be lie? So it will be starting with I. Okay, so at the very first time the value of I is 1. So here our range will start with 1. After that it will be you can simply say that after that we are going to till which number? N. Okay, so also n plus 1 was there, I think. uh, yes, I plus 1 was there, not n. Okay, why I plus 1 was there? Because we are going to increase the value of I, not the increase of value of n, because if you increase the value of n, we are going to n number of value, then it will be printing a square. Okay, it will not gives you a triangle, right angle triangle. Okay, for right angle triangle we are going with I plus 1. Okay, so here what we are going to do, we are going to simply print the j, because j was our value. Okay, after that Why I am putting end here? Because if I am not put end here, which type of end I required? I required empty end. Okay, if I not provide this, then another number will be printed in next line. Okay, and here also I am going to print nothing. Okay, only a statement was there which was print. So what will it will be do? It will be, after completing this j loop, it will be print not a print, it will be move you to next line. Okay, so let's run the code and gives the number as 5. Okay, so something went wrong. Okay, so let's see what was the going wrong. So here you can see that we are going with I in range 1 comma n plus 1, after that j in range 1 comma I plus 1. Okay, the same thing we are going to write. Okay, it will be goes from 1. Okay, 1 to I plus 1, because if it will be starting with I, so the value of I will be always remain same. Okay, so that's why it will be printing only a single time. Now you can see that here 1 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 was there. Let's separate this thing so it will be bigger in the size and it's visible to you. Okay, let's take 10 here. So you can see that here you can see that it will be starting with if I am here putting n equal to 10, and it will be goes till starting with 1, after that 1 2 was there, and then 1 2 3 was there, and 1 2 3 4 are there, and so on till 10. Why till 10? Because here n plus 1 was there, that's why 10 was included. If I am not writing 10, then it will be printed till here. Okay, this line will be not printed. Now see how this code will be run, how the flow will be goes through. What was the first thing our compiler see, and what was the second thing our compiler goes to see. Okay, so this type of thing, so let's discuss. So let's take a small example of 3. Okay, so you can see that 1 2 1 1 2 and 1 2 3 was there, and it's also a small right angle triangle. So let's see how it will be uh, running like this, how it will be print like this. So at the very first time you can see that we are writing here for I in range 1 comma n plus 1, means that our range was from starting with 1 and our n was 3. Okay, so let's write it here, n was 3. So you can see that at the very first time our n was 3. So what we are going to do here, the for I in range 1 comma n plus 1 means that our range will goes start with 1 and go till n plus 1. So what is n plus 1? N plus 1 is 4 here. Okay, so what was the range? The range, you can here see that range is from range is from 1 to 3. No, range is from 1 to 4. But here a thing which was notices that if this 4 was not included, because it will be work in n minus 1. So it will be 3. Okay. So where 1 and 3 are included. Okay. Here 1 and 3 both are included. After that what we are going to do, you can see that here we are going with another loop, means nested loop. Inside this loop we are going with our inner loop. Okay, so let's see how this inner loop will be work and why this inner loop will be there. So at the very first time, let's take the value of I is 1. Okay, because the starting was 1, so 1 was there. Okay, so 1 in range 1 comma n plus 1 means 1 comma 3, it was 1 sorry 1 comma 4. So yes, it was there. So now we are entering in our for loop. Okay, and here it will be checked that for j in range 1 comma I plus 1 means I plus 1, I will be at the very first time I will be 1. So it start with it range will be go from 1 to 2. So it should go from 1 to 2, but you can know that stop was n minus 1. So that's why here n minus 1 functionality will be worked, and it will be becoming the 1. Okay, so that's why only single time our this loop will be run at a very first time. This loop will be run, and after that it will be entered in this loop. Okay, so if it will be entering in this loop, this our another loop will be run, which was uh, of j. Okay, for j in range 1 comma I plus 1. So I plus 1 will be 1. So yes, it is in the range. At the very first time j was 1, so it's in the range. So what will be printed, what the thing was there. So you can see that here the thing was, we are going to print j and end a space was there. Okay, so j and here a space was also there, although it was not visible here, but it was there. Okay, and after that we are going to print a single after at a only single time this loop will be run. I think you understand this thing. Okay, so now let's move. After that this j loop will be ended. Okay, so then this print will be work. Okay, so that's why our compiler come to at this place, at this line. Okay, so at here after this, after printing this line, the value of I will becoming 2, because it will be auto increment, you know this thing. So here the value of I will be 2, so it will be go till uh, n plus 1, which was 2 there. Okay, sorry, not 2, 3 there, because it will not go till 4, it will go till 3. So next time our value is the 2. So yes, this condition was also true, then it will be again printing this this loop. For j in range, our value of j will be start with 1, after that I plus 1. So what was the value of I here? The value of I is 2 here, so 2 plus 1 3. So we are going with 1 and 2, only 2 time will it will be printed, because it will this I plus 1 reaches the value of 3. Okay, so that's why you can see that the very first time the value of j is 1, so j will be printed, 1 will be printed. After that j value is still 2, so 2 will be printed, and 3. So here if the value of j is 3, this loop will be invalid, because this condition will be not true, so it will be exited the loop. And after that it will be printed again another line, which was come in this line. Okay, and after that same thing will be repeated for this line, and so on. This pattern will be printed. Okay, a very simple type of code. If you understand how we are going to print pattern, so it will be makes you you can say that type of experience. So you can solve any type of you can solve or you can perform any type of code, any type of code you are eligible to solve, because this nested loop was a very important type of thing. Okay, so let's see how the thing will be written in the PPT, how the thing will be work in the PPT. Okay, so here you can see that n equal to integer input was there. We are going to with input. Okay, so input was there. After that we are going for I in range, we are going to start I with 1 and go till n plus 1. The value of 1 will be added with 1, because it will be we want the value till end. Okay, after that we are going to write our for loop for j in range 1 comma I plus 1, because we want the number starting with 1. After that the number will be increased, that's why we are using this. Okay, so that's why this thing will be there, and we are going to print j, and after that end was there, so that the thing will be printed a space after printing the number. and after that print value was there, it will be move the compiler to the next line. Okay, so this was the thing for printing the you can simply say that printing which type of thing, printing pattern. Okay, now let's see if you want to print some star there. Okay, so how we are going to do this thing? Okay, so if you know, then comment this thing, how we are going to with print the star. So printing star, we are going with to do nothing, simply here star was there. Okay, so a star was there at it will be go till I plus 1 and n plus 1 was there, the same thing will be. And if I run this code, so you can see that our star pattern will be printed. This is a way to print using a star. Okay, so here star right angle triangle will be printed using star. Let it be zoom it out. Oh sorry, it will be not zoom. This terminal will be not able to zoom. So let's take number as 10. Okay, so you can see that when I am taking the number as 10, it will be printed star at a very first time. 1 star was there, then 2 star, 3 star, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 till 10 star. It will be printed the star pattern. Okay, and it will be a right angle triangle. Okay, so this type of thing will be, we can say that we are going with the print statement. Let's do some another operation in this code. So here you can see that I don't do anything. I am just putting uh, wait a second. Okay, so the pattern of writing end was like that. We are going to write pattern after the comma, not after starting of the name. Okay, so that's why we are not able to write this thing. Okay, if I want a space and then a star was there, so what will be printed? So let's take number as 5. So you can see that a space also printed at starting of every number, and here it will be printed till the starting, and here it will be printed from that side. Okay, let's take an example, like if I don't want to write the end. Okay, so how the thing will be printed? So here you can see that I am not entering any type of mm, thing like and equal to this or something. Separation was not there. So you can see that our first star which was there, which is printed correct way, but the second star who's printed like this, it will be printed like this. Okay, it will be printed in column wise. Why so? Because it will be printed automatically by default. Indentation space, no sorry, not indentation space, new line will be there. Okay, so that's why it will be printed things like that. Okay, so I think now you understand that why I am writing end here. Okay, so end. Now you can see that it will be in the way. I am not giving space here because I am give the space at this place. So let's remove this space. And when I am running this code, and again I am getting the number, taking the number as 5. So you can see that same thing will be printed, but no space between this. So it will be compressed type of thing. It will printing a compressed way. So that's why we are going to take a space, although it was not given in the code, like we have to take a space after this, but if it was a space in the sample, then you have to take a space. Okay, so that's all for how we are going to print the pattern. Now let's move to the next question, which was we are going to, in this question we are going to going with the composite registration number. Okay, how we are going to with the registration number? Simply we are going to enter the registration number and some performance we are going to perform. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to only a student with composite registration numbers qualify for the advanced mathematics. Okay, advanced math challenge, those student only are applicable for apply whose registration number was composite number. Okay, so what are the composite number? Composite number is greater than 3 with at least one divisor other than 1 and itself. Okay, so if you don't know what is composite number, so I will tell you. If the number have greater than 3, okay, if the number very first condition was our number was greater than 3, and our first, if our first condition was true, what we are going to check? We are going to check that the last one, okay, least one, okay, which is divisible by other than 1 or itself, means that if the number is divisible by other number, it's not contain itself and 1, because every number will be divisible by itself and 1. Okay, you know this type of thing. Okay, so that's why if number is divisible by any other number except 1 and itself, so it will be called as composite number. Okay, I think now composite number is very clear, although this was the part of our mathematics. So you have to know some basics, how, what is composite number, what is prime number, what is the real number. So this type of things you have to know before starting our coding journey. So you can see that here the sample input output was there. So how the user want, how the examiner, or you can say that how the examiner or your interviewer want to print the thing. Okay, so here we are going with the interviewer want input from user. After that output was like nothing, it was simply like you are eligible for the advanced math challenge or you are not eligible for advanced math challenge, but sorry was there. Okay, so you are not eligible for advanced math challenge, you sorry, this competition is for a student with composite registration number only. Okay, so this type of thing we are going to print. Okay, so you can see that here the line was changed, so that another statement was another inverted comma, another statement was again another inverted comma, but we are not going to print thing like that. Okay, so we are going to print the thing in the same line. So let's understand this code. Okay, at the very first time we are going to take a registration number input from user. Okay, we are going to take a registration number which was our variable. So what was the name of our variable? It's a registration number, and we are going to initiate the value of its inside the input from the user. After that we are going to check, what we are going to check, the number is registration number or not. So how we are going to check this type of thing? So this type of thing will be checking. So let's create another variable. Here you can see that another variable is created, which was is composite. Is composite is a false here, because at a very first time if you want to change something, like if this condition was correct, make it true, make it false. Okay, so this type of thing if you want to use, so at a very first time make sure that you have to take it as a false condition. Okay, so at a very first time take the condition as false always. Okay, and after that a for loop was there for I in range 2 comma registration number, because it will be starting from 1. You know that 1 is always a 1 is not a composite number, you know that. Okay, that's why we are not checking 1. We are starting with the 2 here. So that's why 2 was there. 2, after that registration number, till the registration number we are moving with. Make sure this type of thing. Okay, so what we are going to do after this thing, after the taking a variable as a registration number from user input, and making a variable is composite, means that it will be check the number is composite or not. Okay, if it was not, it will be still false. If it was true, then it will be true. Okay, so let's see that how we are going to do. We are going to write a for loop for I in range. The range was given 2 to registration number. Here the last registration number will not included, because it will be only registration number and it will be working n minus 1. That's why registration number was there. After that, what we are going to do, we are going with a if statement. If registration number percentage I equal to 0, means that if registration number is divisible by number, which number I, what is the I here, I will be at a very first time 2 here, after that 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it will be go till registration number. Okay, so let's take a example like number was 40. Okay, last registration number was 40. So it will be starting from 2 and it will be go till 39. 40 will be not included here. Okay, so here you can see that if our registration number is which was taking input from user, the registration number is divided by 1 at the very first time, it will be 1. Okay, it will be 1, so it will be gives you the number 0. Okay, so number will be 0, will be printed. So after that it will be, if the number is this condition will true, our is composite become true. If the if condition become true, so that's why after this printing the composite number become true, we are going to break the loop, because we are done with this thing. Okay, we are done with checking the composite or not. If it was not true, so it will be running again until unless it will become the true. If the it loop will be ended and nothing will be not any single number makes this number as a true, so it means this break will be not applicable, and only without applying the break, our if statement will be ended. Okay, and nothing will be going to print, nothing will be going to change in this code. So what we are going to do after the checking this thing, after checking this all thing, we are going with if is composite, means if is composite means what are what this thing means. This means that if the condition was false, then if false is working, and if the condition was true, then if true is working. Okay, so if the condition was true, then this will be printed which condition is composite condition was true, and if this condition was false, then else will be printed. So the same thing was written here at a very first time. You can simply say that let's take a number, any number, and it will be true, become the true. So our this thing will be printed. So let's take 42 number was there, which was there. Okay, so is the 42 is composite? Yes, it is divisible by 2. It is divisible by 2 also. It will be divisible by 4 also. It will be divisible by 8 also. So that's why 42 is a composite number. Okay, so that's why what we are going to do, we are going to check if is composite, means it is it's composite, the number is 42 is composite or not. So here the value will be true, so it's mean that if will be true. So that's why we are printing the number, not printing the number, we are printing you are eligible for the advanced mathematics challenge. Congratulations or not there, so don't write anything from your own side. Okay, after that the else part will be printed. So how we are going with the else part, so you can here see that the else part will be like sorry, this competition is for a student, ignore this thing. Okay, ignore this thing, because it will be gives you some only these three part. Okay, this also here, this and this also, ignore this. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to simply print eligible. So we are going to print this. If not eligible, so this statement will be printed like, sorry, this competition is for a student with composite registration number only. Okay, so your registration number was not a composite number. That's why you are eliminated from this course, this advanced mathematics challenge. You are not eligible. Okay. Now let's move to our next part. I think we discussed this question in our previous video. So let's see the only overview how we are going to solve this question. And I sure that I have done this question. Okay. So let's just see how we are going to solve the type of printing, the type of how we are going to printing the type of triangle. So what are the type of triangle? There are three type of triangle. First is equilateral, second is isosceles, and third one is scalene triangle. Okay, so in this video, but not a video, yes, also a video, but in this question we are going to print the number. Okay, which type of number? Not a number, you can see that we are going to give the three side length of a triangle was given. Okay, all the three type of triangle was given, and what we are going to do, we are going to clarify it's a equilateral triangle, isosceles triangle, or a scalene triangle. Okay, so we are going to check that thing. It's which type of triangle is this? Is this a isosceles, equilateral, or scalene triangle? Okay, so here we are going to take input from user. At a very first time we are going with S1, S2, S3 was there. So S1 is side 1, S2 is side 2, S3 is side 3. Okay, so each three side we are going to take input from user. After that we are going with if statement. If S1 equal to S2, we are going and make sure that here it was and, means that if the both condition were true, then and then only this will be printed. So which condition we are going to check? We are going to check for equilateral, and I think you know that for equilateral triangle all the side must be equal. Okay, so I am here going to check S1 equal to S2, means side 1 is equal to side 2 and side 2 is equal to side 3, means that automatically side 1 equal to side 3. Okay, so that's why side 1 equal to side 3 will be not written here. If this two condition will be true, it will be equilateral triangle. Okay, so these are the way to print check equilateral triangle. How we are going with the isosceles triangle? For isosceles triangle, we are going with any two side will be equal. Okay, not it was recommended that every side will be equal, every line will be equal. Okay, each angle will be equal. So this type of thing will be not there. So what we are going to do, we are going to simply writing elif, because you know that if will be run, if you write if, after that if, after that if, after that if, so it will be check all the if condition. And here we are writing elif, so that's why only if the if condition was true, it will be printed, and neither of elif and else will be considered. And if elif was the correct, it's mean that after that else will be not considered. Okay, so here you can see that S1 equal to S2 was there, means side 1 is equal to side 2. If side 1 is equal to side 2, means that side 2 is also equal to side 1. or side 2 is equal to side 3, means that any, or here, okay, means that any one condition become true, any two angle will be true if s1 equal s2 or s2 equal s3, s1 equal s3. If any of the three condition become true, what we are going to print, we are going to print isosceles here, because it means that it's a isosceles triangle. After that, we are going with the else statement, else print scalar. Why we are not printing elif here? Why we are not writing elif? Although you can, sorry, although you can write elif here, but we know that we are writing these two things, only three things we have, equilateral, isosceles, and scalar. So if these two conditions will be given, if neither will be true, then you can simply say that this was a scalar triangle, because only three cases will be there. Okay. So let's talk about another problem, which was our problem number 4, because we discussed the three problem. I think you see this all, understand this all three. First was our first was our pattern printing. Second is registration number. Third one is a triangle. Which type of triangle we are going to check here. And after that, this was, you can see that cost of ticket we are going to print it. Okay. So let's discuss our problem number 4, which is about to cost of the ticket. So here an economy ticket are available at the fixed price. Okay, means that a normal ticket that you are going to buy in to watching a movie. Okay, so a normal ticket which range was always fixed. It will be not increases, not decreases. Let's take 360 was there, so always it will be 360. Anyone arrived after the sale of the pay for the VIP ticket. Okay, means that if the whole the ticket will be not printed, all the ticket will be sold. It was not in the stock. So how it was, if the space was not there, all the ticket will be, all the seat will be booked. So how we are going with, we are going to buy a VIP ticket. Okay, so you know that VIP ticket will be charged more than the normal ticket. So the same thing we are going to do. So how much it will be more priced, how much money it will be increases. So we are going to increase the rise by 5 unit for every person ahead or beyond them, beyond n. Okay, so means that per head we are going to increase 5 units. Okay, so how we are going to write this code? At the very first time we are going with at the very first time you can see that n equal to integer input was there, and then cost e ticket means that the ticket. Okay, the price of ticket, economic ticket. That's why cost e ticket means cost economic ticket, and which was going to take input from user. After that position was there. Okay, why the position was there? Because the position decide the ticket will be, uh, you are able to take ticket or not. Okay, if you are in the line and you are in the fifth position. Okay, and ticket seller have only two ticket and you are in the fifth position. So the first person will be taking ticket, second will also able to take the ticket, and the three people will be not able to take the ticket because seller have only two left with two tickets. So this all thing we are going to check that how the number of, how many number of ticket was there. Let's do a thing. Let's comment out, not comment out, let's copy this code, and we are going to move in our VS code, and let's understand the code here. Okay, then and then only I think you are able to understand what was the condition going to write, how we are going to write the condition, and how the thing will be work. Okay, so now understand the question here. I think you understand the question, but let's understand the logic. Let's understand the uh, thing how we are going to perform. Okay. So at the very first time you can see that n equal to integer was there. Means that we are going to check n equal to input from user. Okay. So n equal to integer input was we are going to take the input from the user. Sorry, we are not here, we are here. So we are going to take input from the user. So here the same thing will be written. N means here the n is the position. No, sorry, not position. The number of ticket the ticket seller have. This will be here written at this place. Which place inside the nth. Okay. So number of ticket will be written in this, and cost of a normal ticket was written in the this part, and the position of the person, it the person will be standard will be written in the position. Okay, I think you understand this three thing, this three input. Okay, so after that what we are going to do? So we are going to writing our condition. If the position is less than equal to n, means that if the position is equal to number of ticket, let's take number is 5, ticket is 5 and the position is also 5. So after giving the ticket to the that person, the ticket will be uh, okay. So it means that after very first condition is like that we are going to check the position. If position is less than or equal to n, means that if the position is less than equal to n, n is the number of ticket. Let's take number of ticket is 5 and position is 5. Okay, it means that the person is able to take the ticket because 5 ticket was there, 5 person was there, so every person are able to take a ticket. Okay, so that's why what we are going to do, we are going to print the normal cost, that's the economic ticket. Okay, the cost of economic ticket will be taken from the customer. Okay, if the position was more than the number of ticket, means that the person were not able to take the ticket. Which ticket? Economic ticket. Okay, so if the person was not able to take the economic ticket, we are going to offer them a which ticket? VIP ticket. Okay, so the person is eligible for VIP ticket. So but the cost will be increases. How much the cost will be increases? You can see that here the cost of economic ticket will be applied because this cost will be necessary cost. Okay, and after that how much money we are going to take extra money, you can say that. So we are going with the plus operator, and how we are going to calculate the extra money using position minus n, means that the position of person, and we are going to minus the number of ticket. So and after that multiply with 5 per head, and means that per head the price of ticket will be increases. If okay, if the position is 5, then the and all the 5% was not able to take the ticket, then 5 into 5 into 5 into 5 into 5, which was 25, means that 25 rupees will be increases. Okay, rupees or dollar, anything, we don't know about this. It was a dollar, talking about dollar or rupees or any currency. So we are moving with the Indian currency, so that's why let's take Indian currency. So it was in the rupees. Okay, it was not in the it was in the rupees, so it will be increases by 25 rupees. So this question was like that. I think you understand it now. Let's run the code and see the output, how the output is look like. So here let's take number of ticket will be 5. Okay, and the cost of normal ticket will be, let's take it as 360. Okay, and and the position will be 4. It was less than 5, so the normal price will be taken from the user because it was able to take the normal economy ticket. Okay, so let's run the code again, and ticket was 5. Sorry, nothing will be, oh, ticket will be 5, and the price will be always 360 here. And here you can see that, let's take 6. Okay, so the price of ticket will be increases by 5 only. Okay, because the place will be 6, and if the ticket is 5, the price is 360, and the position is 7, so the price will be 70 because 5 plus 5 is 10, so that's why 10 will be added, because 1% after taking every person ticket, the price will be increases and again increases. Okay, every time the price will be increases by 5 rupees. That's why if the position was 7th, then uh, the ticket buyer will be give 10 rupees extra to take the ticket. Okay, let's take price of ticket will be 1. Okay, price of ticket is 1 and the position is 100. Okay, so you can see that 476 rupees will be extra taken from the user side. Okay, minus 100 minus, we are going to minus 100 rupees, so means that 376 rupees we are going to take extra from the user, from the viewer. Okay, because they are going to watch the movie. That's why we are going to call them as a viewer. Okay, so the thing was like that. I think you are understand this question. If the number of ticket is 3,300 and the cost is rupees 59 and position is 459, so we are going with to pay the number of cost which was 854, because we are standing at how much left, 159 position. Okay, so 159 people are not able to take ticket, and price of ticket will be increases 5555, so that's why it will be increases 5 into 159, so that's why the normal cost will be taken from the user which was 300. Okay, the normal cost we are going to take from the user which was 300, but the extra cost will be 554. Okay, I think now you are able to understand this code, so let's write this code from your own side to make so you feel better. That gives you motivation, like you are able to solve this type of question, because this was not a simple type of question. Let's read the statement first. After that we are going to see how this all thing will be work. Okay, so let's see. uh, Here you can see that our problem statement was like that. Company gives a company gives a Diwali bonus. Okay, means that any company was there, and it decided to give bonus on the Diwali festival. Okay, and how much bonus it want to give, and is it what type. So let's read the statement and understand this all thing. Okay. A company give a Diwali bonus 5% of salary for male employee. Okay, very first condition is was here, which you can see that 5% of salary will be increases of only men. Okay, 5% bonus to male employee and 10% for female employee. means that gender inequality was there. No, not like that, sorry. 5% to male employee and 10% to female employee. anyone earn anyone earning under rupees 40,000 get a extra 2% bonus. So we are going to calculate the final salary. Okay, so in this question there are three conditions. First one is we are going to check person is male or female. If person is male, we have to put the bonus of 5%. If the person is female, then we have to give 10% bonus. Okay, and if any person gender was not applicable, if it was male or female, it doesn't matter. If the salary is less than 40,000, then we give 2% extra bonus. Okay, to that person. Okay, and we are going to calculate the final salary after all adding the all the bonus. Okay, so what was the sample? The sample was like that. Simply we are going to take input of salary and gender. Okay, gender in M and F. M means male, F means female. Okay, capital and capital F. We are going to take this type of thing. So after that, what we are going to do? We are going to output. We are going to print the output. Output is like that. Okay, you can see that output is in the two decimal places. So we have to print the thing in two decimal places. So let's write the code for this thing. Here you can see that our output contains two things. First is bonus and total salary. Okay, with a two decimal each, means that the bonus was this and the salary was this. This type the thing will be printed. The sum of bonus and salary was this. Okay. So you can see that if the person have found 5,000 salary, so it gives and if the person is male, so if the person is male, it is eligible for the person is eligible for 5% as well as 2% always, because it is less than 40,000. Okay, so how much total? So total is 7,000, 7%. Okay, so 7% of 5,000 is 350. So person will be able to uh, take this 3,000 sorry 350, and the total of salary and the bonus was 5,350. Okay, so this is the all our problem statement and how we need our input and output from user. Okay, so let's write the code for this. Okay, so let's open our Visual Studio Code and comment out this old code. After that we are going to write our new code. Okay, so the very first time we are going to take input for gender. Okay, so I am creating a variable gender. So then gender equal to input, because gender is what type of thing? Gender is a string type of thing. That's why direct input was there. And after that we let's take thing where enter your gender. Okay, enter your gender. So the user put the gender of whether it was male or female. After that what we are going to do? We are going to take another input from visual, which was about to what thing, about the salary or anything else. Let's see this thing. The first is we are going for gender, male and female. Okay, and the salary was also input from the user, which was a float type. So let's take it as S. Okay, S means salary, a simple thing we are going to take, so you can understand it more better. So we are going to take here S equal to float. Why we are taking float? Because it was mentioned in the question that we have to take input as a float. After that, input was there, and enter your salary. Enter your salary. Okay. Now we are going to apply our logic. So what was the logic? Logic was a very simple. You can see that here. If the person is male, we are going to give 5%. If female, then 10%. Okay. So at the very first time, we are going with gender. If then we are putting our condition for gender. If gender equal to m, okay. So what we are going to do? We are going to mm, increase the salary by 5%. So how we are going to write this thing? So 5% is, you can write like that, 0.05. Okay. So 0.05 after a multiplication symbol and the salary. Okay. So s was there because this was the way to find percentage of percentage, uh 5% of the salary. Okay. This is the only single way. Okay. So you can see that here 0.05 into salary was there to take 5% of that salary. Okay. So we are going to store the thing in the bonus, another variable bonus. So let's create another variable which was bonus. Let's check it as only b. It gives you a small code. Okay. Try to write thing in the small way. Although this was not that much specified, but that much clear keyword. So no problem, because it was only practice codes. Okay. So it not that much matter in how thing we are going to write. Now here what we are going to take, we are going to take b equal to 0. Why b equal to 0? Because we are going to store the thing in b. Okay. So salary b, we are going to, in bonus we are going to add a salary of 5%. Okay. 5% of salary we are going to add, and after that what we are going to do, we are going to with a female, and the same thing we are going to do, and another thing which was there, which you can see that the salary is less than 40, then we are going to add the salary into. So let's do a thing. Okay. Let's copy this code, and I'm going to write my code here. Not write, you can simply say that I'm going to paste my code. So here you can see that a salary is float which was input from the user, and the gender was input from user. Why I'm okay? Why I'm taking input in only input, gender in only input? Because this was a string type. Okay, that's why I'm giving it only input. And here you can see that a gender and salary was input from user. After that, a bonus variable was there which will store the bonus point. Okay, because we have to print the bonus point, that's why we are creating another variable bonus to store the bonus point. After that, we are going with if statement. If gender is equal to male, m means male, you can simply understand it like that. If gender is equal to male, we are going to do what? We are going to add in the bonus. What we are going to add? We are going to add 5% of salary. Okay, extra 5% of salary will be the bonus. So that's why this is the way to calculate bonus. So we are writing this thing, so the bonus will be added. elif, we are using elif because if this condition will be true, this will be run. If this will be true, this will be run. Okay. So here gender is female. Gender is here female. So if the gender is female, so in the question it is mentioned that we have to put 10% of that salary. Bonus is 10% of that salary. So you can see that our bonus is 10% of the salary will be added in the bonus if the gender is female. Okay. After that we are going to write if condition. Why if was there? Why we are not using again elif and if else? Okay, because we have to set another condition. It's not a part of this if elif condition. Okay, it's another type of it's not came in this if elif else condition. Okay, it's another type of condition. What was the condition? The condition was salary is less than equal to, no, sorry, equal to is not there, so let's put equal to. No, just skip equal to because 40,000 was good salary, not for me, for that person who working the job. It's depend on the job. Okay, so don't think that why salary was only 40,000 or that type of thing. So here you can see that if a salary is less than 40,000, what we are going to do? We are going to add in bonus. Okay, we are going to, in bonus we are going to add bonus plus salary, again salary into 0.5. Okay, why we are doing this type of thing? Because we have to if the salary is less than 47, so, not 47, less than 40, we are going to print some extra salary. Means we have to give 2% extra bonus. So that's why this is the way to add 2% extra bonus in the bonus. Okay, after that we are going to print our bonus, which was here we are using f string because we have to convert the thing in two decimal places. Although you can use format method or any other method, there are three four method to convert the thing in decimal. So any of the method you are able to use, so you can use it, no problem. Okay, so now what we are going to do? We are going to simply print the bonus. Okay, because we want in the first line bonus was there. After that we are going to print the salary plus bonus because total salary of that month we are going to print after adding the bonus of Diwali. Okay, so let's run the code and see the output, if it was correct or not. So it's asking for the input, but we don't understand what it want to say. Okay, so for that let's write here a thing which was salary was there. Okay, enter your salary. That's why user will able to see that what the compiler want. Okay, otherwise it gives you it not gives you error, but it gives you confusion. Okay, enter your gender here. Okay, now I am running my code and you can see that okay, so enter your salary. So let's the salary as 1 lakh. Okay, let's salary as 1 lakh and the gender as male. Okay, so what will our output? Our output is our bonus is 5,000 and salary is 10,000. Sorry, not 10,000, 1 lakh 50,000. Well, sorry, 1 lakh 5,000. Okay, 5,000 was the bonus and the salary was 1 lakh. So 1,000, 1 lakh will be the salary. So 1 lakh 5,000 will be the salary there. Sorry, I'm little bit confused, so that's why it's a misspell. Let's check it for the female. How much bonus you are getting? The same value I am putting here, 1 lakh, and the gender is now female. So you can see that if the gender is female, so it will be so we are going to give the female as 10,000 rupees as a bonus, directly half of the male. So total salary was 1 lakh 10,000, and here uh, 1,55,000. So sorry, I am little bit confused in the digit. I don't know why. So let's write any salary which was less than 40,000. Let's take 5,000 was there. Sorry. Let's take 5,000 as a salary, and the gender as anything if you want to take gender. So the you can see that as a sample this thing was there. Total was this, and the 350 was the bonus. Okay. So let's run the code again, and I am giving the same thing, which was 5,000, and gender is now female. So uh, you can see that the 2% will be also added in the female, and the 2% extra will be also added in the male. Okay, so this thing I want to show you that how much the salary, the the gender, it will be depend on the gender. Okay, so here you can see that what we are going to do at the very first, we are going with the salary equal to float, which was input from user. We are going to take input from user. After that, we are going with the gender equal to input, means we are going to take input from user. This include the male and the female, and we are going with bonus. After that, if gender is male, we are going to print the bonus. Not print, we are going to store the bonus with a bonus of 5% of that salary. Okay, and here bonus of 10% of that salary. After that, if the salary is less than 40, so what we are going to do, we are going to print bonus equal to bonus plus salary multiplied by 0.02. Okay, and here you can see that we are going to print the bonus with 2 decimal places. That's why dot 2f was there, colon dot 2f. It's a help to print the thing in 2 decimal place. If I am putting 3 here, then it will be printed till 3f. Okay, and here we are going to print f again, not f, we are going to print f string. Inside the f string we are putting salary plus bonus, because we have to print the final salary. That's why it gives you in a result as a final salary. So final salary is also in 2 decimal places, so that's why dot 2f was also in this place. Okay, so let's see the another question, which was about a very simple question was there. Okay, although we have discussed this, but we don't use break. So let's see something change was there in this question. So you can read the statement here. We are going to read a string. Read a string means we are going to take input from the user and print its character. Okay, we are going to print the character. How we are going to print the character? To print the character, we have to use any loop. Okay, because line by line we are going to read the character, not whole character in a single way. Okay, after that we are going to print one per line or space separated. Okay, one per line or space separated we are going to print, but it was not printed. This, I think this is wrong, because here you can see that one per line or space separated, but here you can see that it if I am putting and equal to and this colon only, it will be not give any type of space there, or not gives any type of new line there. Okay, stopping as soon as the first vowel is found. And what we are going to do in this function, so I'm going to show what was the correct code of that. This was the not the right way. Okay, this was the wrong, please don't see this. Let's wait a second. So here you can assume that this thing will be never exist, this solution will be never exist in our code. Okay, so now the sample was there. So what was the sample? The sample was we have input and output as and sample was there. So and we are going to take input from user, a string input we are going to take. After that we are going to print character up to the including the first vowel. Okay, if the vowel is founded, uh, we have to print that vowel. After printing that vowel, we have to stop the loop, means we are going to break the loop, we are going to leave the loop. Okay, you can say anything. Okay, so here you can see that in the example a python was there. Okay, we are going to take input, give the input as a python, and here you can see that pytho is only there. Because o is what, o is vowel, and till vowel we are going to print first vowel is this. So that's why after printing the vowel, first vowel of the string, we are going to stop our loop. Okay, so let's write the code for this one. Do not see those code which was written there, because this was the wrong. Why the code was wrong? Because you can see that here we are going to read a string and print its characters, means each and every element, each and every word, one per line, means that we are going to print the thing in per line, only one character was there. Okay, or space separated. And we have to stop the we stop our loop if the vowel is founded. So that's why this was the wrong. So let's write the code for this. Let's take input from user. So I am taking any type of a string. Let's take str1 equal to input, and after that we are going to enter your, no, leave it. Okay, because only single input was there. So if you don't write the thing here, it doesn't do anything like any type of confusion. Now we are going to write our for loop. For I in, oh sorry, not range was there. Let's create another variable a. Okay, let's take a vowel. So another variable vowel was there. Okay, so vowel is equal to, what are our vowels? So vowels are a, e, I, o, u, and small a, e, I, o, u. So these are our vowels. Okay, so I am going to write the thing here. Okay, for I in vowel, what we are going to do, we are going to simply print I. We want the thing in new line, or space separated value we want. Okay, So let's see how firstly we are going with the new line, each character in new line, and after that we are going to see uh, each character with a space separated. Okay. So for I in vowel we are going to print. I think something I'm writing wrong. So here you can see that we have to print one per line. Yes, we are right. So what we are going to do? We are going to print here I. Oh, sorry. Here string one was there. str1. If I in str1, we are going to print I. Okay. But when we are going to print I? Okay. If I in str1, we are going to print I if a condition was there. If I in vowel means that if I was present in vowel, then what we are going to do? We are going to simply break the loop. Okay. So let's run the code and see is it was correct or not. Python. So you can see that it will be printed pytho only. N was not printed because at the point our I become O, O will be printed. Okay. And after that our this if condition become true. This if condition become true. So our loop will be break, means our loop will be ended. This was a simple thing. You can, I think you can understand this thing now. So str1 equal to input, void is equal to aiou. For I in str1 we are going to print I. We are going to print I. Print I will be printed. After that a term which was O is present in a vowel. So at that time this if was become true. So if this if become true, this break will be executed. So this break will be executed. That's why only and only our loop will be ended. Okay. So these are the way how we are going to print the thing. Print the till vowel, first vowel. Okay. So why I am say that this code was not correct because of this part only. Okay. If you remove this, don't remove whole code. If you remove this part only, our code become correct. Okay. Because we have to print one per line, and after that or was there, so space separated also. So let's see how we are going to take it as space separated. So for space separated we have to do nothing. Simply what we are going to do, we are going to write here comma end, because we are going to end our first thing with the, let's take it as a space because in the question space was there. So when I am writing Python here, you can see that P after a space was there, Y after a space was there, T space, H space, O. Again space is there, but it was not visible to you because it was visible if I anything written after that. Okay, so the space was also there. So you can see that after O nothing will be printed, because you can see that here after O N was there, but N will be not printed. Why N will be not printed? Because the reason, you know that uh, O is the in the code O is the vowel, so that after first vowel printing the first vowel we are going to print nothing, so that's why N will be not printed here. Okay. Now move to our next question, which is, you can see that here, the sum of integer unit negative. Okay, this was the our heading. I think many people does not understand the thing, or some people maybe understand the thing only by reading the heading, because it was a simple heading like sum of integer we are going to do with until unless negative will be there. Okay, so let's read the code how it will work. Here you can see that the code was we are going to take input from user to 10 integers. Okay, the 10 integer we are going to take input from user. Okay, and after that we are going to stop this as soon as the negative number is entered. Okay, means that we are going to put input from user, we are going to take it 10 input from user, and we have to stop when negative number is entered. Okay, means that we are going to take input, let's see here in the sample, we are going to take input up to 10 integer. Okay, means you are able to take 10 integer input from the user, one per time. Okay, and what was the output? The sum of integer enter before the negative number, means that if negative number is there we are going to stop the loop. Okay, so let's see how we are going to write this code. So for this question you can simply, we are going to take a sum variable. Okay, so sum equal to is 0, let it be initiated at 0. After writing the whole code I am going to explain you why I am taking the variable sum. Okay, for I in, for I in range, the range was 10 because when we are going to take 10 input. And why 10 was there? Because if I am writing 10 it will be till 1 n minus 1, so it will be started with 0. So 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, so 0 to 9 there will be 10 integers, so that's why this will be there. We are going to take input from user, so here I am creating a variable integer input, and we are going to write enter your number, enter number. Enter number was there. Okay, so if the thing will be inside the I, we are going to take a number. After that when we have to break the number, if we are going to break the loop, if the number, if a is less than equal less than 0, means if the number is less than 0 it means it will be automatically become a negative number. So if the number is less than 0, if the number is negative number, what we are going to do, we are going to simply break the loop. Okay, so if this condition become true, we are going to break the loop. Spelling of break was not correct, break was there. And at the very last time, sorry, another thing we have to do in this code, we are going to add sum plus equal to a. Why? Because we have to print the thing, print that number. So print the sum of those number till those number, until unless the code will be stopped printing the thing. Okay, so after that we are going to print, and what we are going to print, we are going to simply print the sum. Let's see the output. So at the very first I am giving 2, then again 2, then again 2, then again 2. So fourth time you can see that 2 was there. One time again let's take 2 as there, and after that minus 1. Okay, so you can see that 10 was there because sum of 2 plus 2 is 4, then 5 6 7 8 9 10 was there. 2 into 5 was 10, so that's why 5 will be printed, because why minus 1 will be not there, and why after putting minus 1 our loop will be stopped, because the break statement was there and the condition was here. If the number is a negative number, we have to stop the loop, okay, immediately. If the number is not negative number, then what we are going to do, we are going to simply take 10 input. So let's see that thing. 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2. Okay, it will be, the loop will be not ended. Loop will be taken 10 input. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10 input was there. Okay, and adding the all 10 input, which was result gives you 20. Okay, if I am, you can say that if I am taking 5, after that minus 8. So if I am enter here, so our loop will be suddenly ended here, because this condition become true and the loop will be ended. And when the loop will be ended, the value of sum will be, increases, and it will be reaches the value 5. So that's why the 5 will be printed. Okay, I guess you all understand the code. So we left with two more questions. You can see that two more question was there. After that, our this lecture will be ended. So you can see that here total was there. Total equal to 0 for I in range 10. We are going with n equal to integer input. If n is less than 0, means that if number is negative, we are going to break the statement. After that, we are going to print plus equal to n. And after this all thing, we are going to print the total. Here total was there, no matter, because we are going to add the thing, that's why I am writing add. Let's write the sample thing, which was our, you can here you can see that 472 and minus 1. Okay, so let's check that it will be give the correct output or not, because it is mandatory to give the result of sample. So what was the value? The value is 472 and minus 1, and the output is 13. So 4 7 2 and minus 1, so result will be 13. Okay, so it's mean that our code is correct. Okay, so the same thing will be written here. Make sure that you are practicing from my side. Now the another problem statement was here. We are going to digit up to given digit. Okay, what is digit up to digit given sorry, what is digit up to given digit? So let's see that here a given number and a target digit was there. Okay, we are going to take input from a user for target digit, means we have to target this number, target 4, target 5. In the sample you can see that target is 4. So when it will be reaches the target, which was 4, it will be stop printing the thing. Okay, the same thing we are going to do. Okay, the same thing we are going to do. So let's read the statement first. So you can see that here a given number and a target digit, print every digit of the number up to and included the first occurrence of the target digit. Okay, and after that we are going to stop the loop, or you can say that simply end the loop. Okay, so now uh, let's see how we are going to write this thing, how we are going to write all the code. So for our very first line, you can see that we are going to take. I think you understand the question, what the question want to send, want to say. Okay. the input is what type of, and target means we are going to take a input from user. After that, a target input from user, and when the target is reaches, the print the target, and after printing the target we are going to print nothing, we are going to end the loop, break the loop, exit the loop. Okay, so we are going to do this thing here. So you can see that here I am taking number as a input from the user, and after that equal to was there, means that let's change the highlighter color so it will be visible to you. Okay, yes, this is a good one. So number is the variable and equal to was the operator. After that we are going to take input from user. Also we have to, here we are going to talk about uh, digits. Okay, here we are going to talk about digit. Although we can take the number as a integer here, but we are going with input, it's mean that it was in the string type. Okay, so number was in the string type, because of that only input. Okay, after that we are going to enter the target. So target was in again input from user. You can see that target equal to input, and after printing taking input from target, we are going with our for statement. Okay, for loop we are using here. So for why every line, every code we have more using for loop, we are not using while loop, because in a simple way you can say that if you are going to use while loop and for loop, you can understand that, or you can think like that the for loop is easy to write. Okay, so that's why we are only using for loop, not although we can use while loop for this question, solving this all type of question. Okay, so it not matter that which loop we are going to use and which loop we are not going to use. Okay, so let's see the thing for ch in num. Okay, so here it will be indicate that for character, a ch character in num means it is in this character. So what we are going to print, where why I am saying character here, because it was the input here. Okay, it was not integer input, that's why it's a character. Okay, we are going to treat the number as character in this code. We are going to okay, where I am here for ch in num, we are going to print ch and with nothing. Okay, means that we are going to not and print the another another number in another line. We are going to print the thing in the same line. Okay, if ch equal to target, we are going to break the loop, means that you can simply say that here, wait a second, here you can simply say that a number was there, number input we are going to take. After that target input was there, and after taking this all input from the user, we are going with for character in number, means that loop will be started. We are going to print our character and end with nothing. And if the condition reaches the target, if the condition reaches the target, means here you can, in the sample you can see that the target was 4 and our input was this. So we are going to print this number, print here at the 4, it will reaches the target, so it will be ended here. Okay, our loop will be ended here. So after that, this all thing, our break will be printed. Okay, our break will be applied, means that this loop will be ended after reaching that target. Okay, so let's discuss our last question. So our last question, in the last question you can see that in this question, given to integer ab, we are going to print every number in the range stop right after again we are going to use break because we are going to stop the loop, okay, because stopping was there. We are going to stop the loop after the first every perfect square is reached, means that the number which gives you result as a perfect square, we are going to stop in that places, okay. If none exists, to print the whole range, okay, means that if the any any perfect square was not there, why we are going to exit, not exit, if not exist any type of uh, what can you say that, I can say that if any type of is perfect square will be not present in that range, what we are going to print, we are going to print the whole range, okay. So in sample you can see that we are going to take a to till 20 and our output is 1 2 3 4 5 6, because after that we have reaches the perfect square, even perfect square, okay, which was our okay. So let's see how we are going to write the code for this one. Here we are going with the import maths. Why we are going with the import maths? Why we have to import maths? Because we are going here, we are going with the perfect square. We are going with the perfect square. That's why I am writing here import maths, because in mathematics you can you know that a math is squared for, is equal, square root function was there in the mathematics, so we are going to use that function. So for I in range a comma b plus 1, we are going to print I, and after that end with a space, and we are going to print the root math dot is a square root. So if the number is a square root, we are going to check if root into root means it is a perfect root equal to I, if it was true, okay. And if I percentage 2 equal to 0 means that it's a even, okay, means it's a perfect square or it's a even. If both condition become true, we are going to do what? We are going to simply break the loop, okay. We are going to write the break statement here, because condition was that we if you got the perfect square root, so and it was the even perfect square root, so we are going to break the loop. So that's why this break will be there. All right, thank you everyone. uh, let's discuss this thing. After that we are going to end this session and this class. So in this video we are talk about break statement, count statement, pass statement. Why we are going to use break statement? Because in break statement we use break statement for exit the loop entirely right now, means that immediately we are going to leave the loop if break was executed, okay. That's why break was we are going to use break. And after break we are study about continue, okay. So in continue, you can simply say that skip this iteration, keep looping, okay, means that continue the loop statement but skip that number, that item, skip this thing, okay. So that's why we are using skip. And pass is we use for do nothing, hold the structure for later use, okay. I am telling you this type of all thing. Why we are going to use break? Break is used for exit the loop immediately. Continue is used to skip the loop, uh, skip the iteration, keep the loop running, okay. And pass is used to do nothing, thus to hold that place for further use or for do nothing, okay. Thank you everyone, that's all for this video, okay.